Hi from CraftStylish. We're at the Singer Stitch Lounge at Maker Faire, and we're about to do a project with the Stitch Lounge girls.
Hi, my name is Hope Meg, and I'm one of the owners of Stitch Lounge in San Francisco. It's the first sewing lounge in the country, and you can come in and rent time on sewing machines and take classes and make your own clothes. Today we're going to be showing you how to take an old sweater and turn it into a bolero with matching half gloves. So I'm going to go ahead and start and make the half gloves. So go ahead and take a sweater that you've got sitting in the back of your closet, and you're going to want to try on the sweater through the sleeves. So go ahead and put your arm through the sleeve and make sure the sleeve is covering off your knuckle. And I'm going to cut this sweater right about right where my wrist is ending, so right about here. So I'm going to mark a point there with a pin. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of seam allowance so I can hem the edge. You do the same on this side, using this as a template. The side I just cut. Now, to make a really simple little half glove, just try on the sweater sleeve again. I'm going to do this inside out, actually. And I'm going to fit it around my hand. So now we're going to go to the sewing machine and just take up this excess using a medium zigzag stitch.
Now we're using our zigzag stitch to close up the seam. And a little bit of a back stitch.
Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut off this excess I just sewed. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and hem these edges over as well right now. I'm not going to do that right now, but I might go back later and do that. And finally, you try the arm warmer back on, and you're going to want to cut a hole for your thumb. Now, you can make a buttonhole here, or you can leave the edges raw. I'm going to go ahead and leave the edges raw since I left the hem raw. And I've got myself a little arm warmer. You can take up this excess as well if you'd like.
Voila!
Hi, I'm Melissa Alvarado, and I'm another owner of Stitch Lounge, and the three of us owners have also written 2 books. The first one was called So Subversive, and it came out a couple years ago, and it's an intro into sewing, teaches you all about your machine, and some real intro projects on how to embellish the clothes that are already in your closet. And the follow-up book is called Subversive Seamster, and it just came out last year, and it's all about going to the thrift store, finding unique items, and refashioning them into new clothes. And the project that I'm going to show you right now, that with the rest of the sweater that Hope started on, is actually a project from Subversive Seamster. And we're going to take the remainder of this sweater here, this nice turtleneck sweater, and we're going to turn it into a bolero. So the first thing that I need to do is to cut off some of the length of the bodice here. So I don't want it to be a full-length bolero, I want it to be cropped. So I'm going to go about halfway up there, right about the waist, and just cut straight across. Following the stripes makes it very simple. Okay, so now the last thing I'm going to do, and this is such a simple project, I'm going to cut straight up the middle here and leave the turtleneck fabric there, and it'll make a nice big collar on this bolero. So to make sure that I'm folding exactly, or that I'm cutting exactly down the middle, I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm just going to make a little mark with my scissor here so I know where to go. Open it back up, and I'm going to do the same thing up on the collar so that I can make sure I have a end point to cut towards. And now it's all about the cutting. So I'm going to start down here and work my way up. All right, so I'm done. This is a great project. It's a very simple little bolero. You can see how the collar turns back on the back side, and it makes a nice wide collar from that turtleneck there.
But this could be done with a crew neck as well?
Absolutely. You could do this with any sort of a sweater, really. A sweater with a tighter knit will unravel less, so you won't need to finish the edges. But if you wanted to finish these edges, you could take and run a zigzag stitch all the way, pull the sweater as you're running a zigzag stitch, and it would give it a nice curly lettuce edge. So that would be a nice simple way to finish it off.
That's the way it's done in the book?
That's the way it's done in the book.
Great.
Exactly.
Thanks for hanging out with us at Maker Faire. Bye from Stitch Lounge.